I'm Hayley Eldred. This is my 8th year at St. John's, 11th year teaching. I teach middle school math, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
I'm Tami Johnson. I teach 7th grade social studies and kindergarten through 8th grade Spanish.
I'm Bures. This is my 2nd year here. I teach language and literature to 6th graders and I also teach religion to 6th graders.
I'm Becker. I teach all 3 sciences. I teach 6th grade world history and 8th grade U.S. history for 17 years, or going on 17 years.
I'm Renee Kucharski, and I teach 7th and 8th grade literature and language arts. And this is my 26th year here, all of my teaching in the same classroom. I love the students and the people that I work with and the relationships that I'm able to form with them over the years.
I love having the chance to teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. We change so much within just a year, but once they get to 8th grade, it's awesome. And you have such a good connection with them. You build that relationship with them as they get older. It's something special.
With them as asking why don't I 6th graders, and then hopefully by the time they get to 8th graders, they're critically thinking and asking questions and doing things like that. The school is really, family-based. Even the staff tends to have a family feel to it. I came here first as a substitute teacher, and they asked me to stay, and I said no. And they asked me again, and I said no. And they asked me the 3rd time, and I finally said, maybe this is where I want to be.
The relationships that we build with the kids is great, especially since I see them from kindergarten all the way through. It's really nice to see them grow up, and it's such a family environment.
I enjoy teaching religion in schools because keep them who they are in the Lutheran Catholic community. They're still trying to figure out who they are. It's our job to guide them along that way.
I wouldn't say that the kids look forward to giving speeches in literature class, but they do enjoy the time that we're working on them in class, and by the time we finish, they're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. I also really enjoy teaching Hamlet. We act it out as a class and use just, a yardstick as a sword, and the kids have fun, and that's memorable for them.
But I do a number of field trips. 6th grade, we go down to Discovery World and to the Art Museum. 7th grade, the big trip is always to the zoo. 8th grade, that takes a number of field trips. From High Cliff, where we do outdoor geocaching, so we do some geology stuff, we do some history stuff, like the mine kiln with the Niagara Escarpment, things like that. They also end up being part of the planetarium and the Weiss Earth Museum. And these are all things that I enjoy doing that really have always sort of given me something that I like to look forward to. And I hope that the students get something from it. We have a lot of activities that we do in science, the time-honored ones are the egg drop and frog dissection and candle making for the 8th grade U.S. history. These are all things that we do every year. And so the kids, I think, look forward to it because they always ask.
We do a lot of structural learning, but we also read short novels, and we do a lot of conversation practice, so they get a chance to get up in front of an audience and perform a little bit. And we start that at a pretty young age. One of the things I think the middle school looks forward to doing each year is making an altar for Day of the Dead. And then they get to talk about it and share stories about a loved one who has passed. And it can be an emotional experience for some of them, but I think it's very rewarding too, and it brings in a lot of Hispanic culture.
In March, we go to the math bowl at Xavier High School, and as the kids get older, they have that confidence, and it shows when we bring back awards. So that's something that they can start to be proud of. And
each year we bring in a few Guatemalan students for an 8-week exchange, and that has been a lot of fun over the years. And the students get to know these students, and some of the families have traveled back and forth to visit them. And they maintain relationships. This year we had a student return that was here last year. She loved it so much. And it's just a really neat way to build relationships with with students from a different part of the world and learn a little bit about them.
I think our students are so accepting of new students. They do their best to include them in sports and different activities outside of school, and it's great. I mean, they're just kids, but they show that they want to include them and that they matter.
We do have a Builders Club, which is sponsored by the Kiwanis. We use it not only as a service organization, but also sort of as our student council. We do elections every year. We have a president, a vice president, and house representatives. They help us plan activities that we can do as the middle school. They also help us plan service activities that we can do. They help plan the craft fair, big sale. They help we just got done with the holiday parade, and some other service things throughout. And so that is a chance for students